So now we have the Doble Tris. I wanted to do it back-to-back days and see. I like it the same, better. We'll see. It's a little longer than the Quattro, and I really enjoyed that Quattro. I really did. The Quattro was like a 4-inch Robusto. It was fantastic. But this is a 44 gauge, so is this smaller gauge just going to be stronger? But it's longer though, so we're going to find out. I don't know. It's got a full pack from what I've read. The number 3 size can be a little difficult to find. Not here. Only paid $8 for it. It is what it is too. This is the Doble Tres Ecuadorian Dominican tobacco. It's got a nice smell to it. It's got a little glue on it from the factory. It's kind of got some oils to it. Anyways, let's light it up. I had to come in immediately, because I'll say this: the change from the Doble Trace from the Doble 4, the Trace here, it is noticeably from the beginning a stronger cigar, more forward on the pepper spice. Going to that 44 gauge in this blend, which in the Quattro size was an enjoyable medium plus cigar, really delicious. But clearly, this is, overall, it's not some crazy strong cigar. But in that case, though, you might sometimes when you have like medium plus cigars and like Robusto or Rothschild, those where you see the greatest increase when you go really small, like a 44 gauge, because it wasn't that strong to begin with. So ratio-wise, you might see an increase. Whereas you go from like a 52 Padron to like a 48 or whatever the fuck, you might notice a little bit more stronger, but not massively. We're at a heavy medium plus from the get-go. Almost a medium full, like a light medium full. We're at about 70% darkness on this. Really, they're changing this to 44 gauge. And don't mind my thumb there. I was cleaning my AR today and I was scrubbing a lot of carbon. And I did wash my hands and take a shower, but I guess I'll just have to hit that again. You had some carbon around the firing pin. Around the base. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, more spicier than the Quattro. I'll say this. I really like the Quattro. I think that's a better cigar to relax and have a little more beautiful time. But if you want to have a little more spicy, definitely more spicy, more black pepper, it has a creaminess to it and nutty vanilla. Has a coffee note, but and some rock salt in the back end. But it almost feels like, obviously not a totally different cigar, but it feels like different enough that if you had the trace size here in 44 and the Quattro with that short 4-inch, I think it's 52, I think so, or 50 box press. Anyways, is it box press? I can't remember. Point is though, I had it yesterday, but I think it's try the 3 and 4 out if you want to have like two different, in a sense, experiences, because from a 5.5-inch 44 gauge to a short 52, whatever that was, it really changes the blend enough. If you want more power, go for this size. But I like them both. You know what I'm saying, though? If I had to choose one, I don't know just yet. Surprisingly, if I had to choose just one, maybe I would say the Quattro, though. Even though I generally prefer the stronger version, I would say that the Quattro size with that shortness, even though it's a thicker gauge in this, it is short. And it's kind of going right into like the end of the last second, third. It feels like it's going right into the middle of the second, third, and so you're kind of getting right to it with that short size. But with that little bit larger gauge, it's a little more sweeter and a little more balanced of a cigar. But it's still got some balls, still not a crazy amount. Whereas in this longer, skinny size, I'm not saying it's an AJ powerhouse, but it's very good though. I'm gonna let this build up. But do I like both of these, the 3 and 4? Yeah, I think they're a great time. Really, the 4 was great, and I'm having a great time with the 3. First cigar of the day, my palate's clean. the palate spin back. There's a little bit of that dry fruit note as well, but definitely more spice forward and a little darker and a little heavier than the 4. Okay, we're into the cigar, and I'll tell you what, it's got that nice charred wood going on here. A little more charred wood than the number 4. It's got more black pepper than the Quattro. This is the Trace. The Trace, though, I think overall had a little more beauty because it felt a little more balanced, a little more reserved, but basically none of the notes got ahead of each other. All the notes seemed evenly distributed. However, though, this is great. This is fantastic. If you're looking more for robust, this is medium full right now. So I know it doesn't sound like a strong cigar, medium full, but I mean, within the Casa line, especially compared to the 4. So in a way, this is not just a review. Yeah, first of all, if you're here, go fuck yourself. I hate this place. I hate fucking YouTube. I hate this place. Is that there to say I hate this place? I hate this place. I hate this world. If you're here, I mean, press the like button and then take that finger and stuff it up your ass. I don't know. Check yourself for colon, fucking whatever. Just check your colon. I don't care. With consent. Anyways, fucking retarded. The flavor, the finish is kind of long though. So overall, it really is a fuller, longer, heavier, stronger, darker experience than the 4, but not by like massive amounts, but by enough. I'd say overall it feels like 20-25% more of everything. More spice, heavier, longer flavor. But though, the Quattro, I think, it felt a little more smoother. And I don't mean like, oh, it's not as aged tobacco, but I mean just the way it hits you. So really, I like both these cigars the same. Really, I do. But I think I would, depending on my mood, I'd go for a 3 if I want more of a stronger experience, or if I want a little more beautiful. But it's not weak at all, the Quattro. But I'm glad they both exist. And sometimes when you go with, even let's say like a Connecticut cigar, when you go with smaller sizes, it really could affect it in a way more than you expected because it's not that strong to begin with. So when you increase, a percentage of strength or spice, you'll feel it more. Whereas if you're going with AJ Fernandez, I don't care if you're smoking Robusto or Gordo, all this stuff is probably going to be full AJ, and make you want to, cry. And, I don't know. Anyways, I really enjoy this. They're both going to be a 4.65 in this size. Yesterday and today, enjoying both. Great little cigars. About the same size overall when you think about a 5.5 by 44 versus a 4 and by 52. One you get more length, the other one you get more gauge, so they're both burning about the same amount of time. Because the length on this is definitely burning faster than the 4, but the 3 you have a longer length. So in a way, it comes about the same. 5.5 by 44, you get an inch and a half more. Inch and a half at 44, which would be at an inch 88. No, at a 3/4 inch and 88. So at maybe 1 inch. I'm trying to do the math.
I'll be too old to organize.
I can't think. Ratio-wise, what is actually bigger, a 4 by 52 or a 5.5 by 44? Inch and a half, but it's 8 gauges smaller. So let's do it that way. So 8 gauges. Oof. How can we figure this out? Well, let's do the
if you divide the inches into gauge, so 4 into 52 is what?
That tastes like
12,
relegation.
15, no, 12.
Relegated to walking by.
About 12, about 13. 12 would be 48. So let's give 4 into 13, right? 4 into 52 is like 13, right? But what is 5.5 into 44? 5 goes into 44 9 times, 5.5 though. Fuck, I can't. I don't know. Is the 4 by 52 overall bigger? You know, overall, dimensionally, square footage wise, maybe. I know we're trying to figure out the square footage of the interior of a cigar. I need someone smart here. Where's Dreamlight? What about multiplying? That makes more sense. 4 times 52 would give me 208. 5.5 times 44. First we'll do 5 times 40, be 200. No, wow, the 5.5. By multiplication, this has more square footage. Son of a bitch, I figured it out myself. Go fuck yourself. So, the last third in this cigar, it's very delicious. You know, if I just had this one, I wouldn't say this is some strong cigar. It's ending on a medium full, but compared to the Quattro size, the overall experience is definitely a stronger experience. I've already said this, so why am I saying it again? I don't know why I'm even here. You look at my ash. Look at the ash. Look at the ash. Who gives a shit? Anyways, enjoyable. Both 4.65, both great cigars. You know, if you're looking for something to have a good time without going super dark or super strong or some crazy Oscuro Maduro by AJ Fernandez, you know, and at a reasonable price, under $10. I think these cigars have a good value point. This Casa Cuba in the Trace versus the Quattro. If you want more balance, get the Quattro. If you want more power, get the Trace. But both are really enjoyable. And I think they both complement each other. You know, I think having the Quattro first and then having the Trace afterwards, I think is a good combination. We're done here. You're done here. Go get a fucking life. Really like it. See you later.